Are we rolling?
We are rolling.
Oh, let's go.
Coach
Hello,
Mark.
everyone. What's going on, bro?
Coach Mark is here, man.
Yeah, in the flesh.
I got too many questions, man. Like, I don't even know where to start, but I'm gonna try to hit them all in the next hour or so. You were on Beast Games.
I was in Beast Games. Yeah.
Oh my God, you should have seen me and my kids just hollering, yelling when we saw you on there. We were like, Coach Mark. Yeah, we were like, Coach Mark.
Yeah.
But so walk me through that. Like, how did you even apply for that? Where do you?
So
you gotta like send like a video of you doing all your crazy stuff you're doing.
So some of the contestants got on the show. They got reached out to by the Beast team, but no one reached out to me. But pretty much I was just on Instagram one day. I saw Mr. Beast
doing backflips and stuff, and they were just like, "Hey, this guy looks good."
I saw Mr. Beast post on his story. He's like, we're gonna be casting for season 2 of Beast Games. If you are either 100 of, or no, he didn't even say that. He said we're looking for the smartest people in the world, and we're looking for the strongest people in the world. And if you think that you fit that category, then apply down below. And I was like,
well, you're like, well, I'm both. So what do I sign up for?
I definitely meet the criteria. You know? So,
and if you guys have never seen Mark's Instagram or YouTube, calisthenic freak, dude. Like, what's that one where you're on the shopping cart at Walmart?
And
you got your feet in the air, dude. I get nervous watching it because I'm like, dude, if you fall, like you're going down straight on your face. Like, I'm gonna show the clip over this video. But like, I mean, you're doing like monkey bar, you're spinning like through, like you compete though, right? Like
I've competed for many years. That's literally why I had the confidence going into Beast Games. I remember I told one of my clients, I was like, bro, watch, I'm getting on this show and that's it. Like, there's no way they're not gonna pick me. I mean, I was like, dude, I have all the things that they would even want, you know?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a done deal. So what I had to do is I had to fill out the application. They answered me, or they asked me all types of questions. I mean, there's the basics. You had to be a citizen of the U.S. You had to have your passport. You had to be free to travel for 6 consecutive weeks without any obligations. So that's a big one.
Yeah, you can't be holding the show up and getting it. Yeah, they're like, you can't even get on a plane. Like, what are you on a terrorist list?
You can't. And then it asks you questions like, okay, which one of these would you do for $1 million? It's like climb a moving train, jump off of a boat and swim to an island, go skydiving, free fall 100 feet, get buried alive.
Psychological test, and then it just randomly like, do you love your mother? Okay, would you jump off a train? Like, they just want to make sure you're phically like you're
we did that. They had everyone do a psychological exam, like the same one that I think the police use. Like the 500-600 question one.
Yeah,
everyone did that. So like, that was before you even talked to anybody.
Yeah.
So you went through like different parts of the casting process. But the main part is you have to submit a video of yourself. You had to say why you wanted to be on the show, what you would use the money for, what kind of contestant you would be, yada yada. And then mine, I filmed mine.
Because you don't know who you're dealing with. Like, you got to make sure you're not bringing a crazy person on. Or I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Because I mean, you're gonna be there for all this time with all these random people.
Yeah,
and even though everyone had passed these exams, there still are people that are interesting. Like, you have so many different personalities in one thing, and you're there together the whole time, and no one has any phone. You don't be sleeping next to some weirdo in there. You don't have any phone with you, nothing, no technology, and so you're just there, just living in the moment. So it's pretty dope.
So you're actually, because you never know with shows, that little city you guys are in, you guys are actually, where is that? Where do you guys?
That was in North Carolina.
Wow.
But we first went to Vegas.
I was going to say, because I've learned through watching a lot of these shows for insurance purposes, because the cost of things are just whatever rules certain states have.
Yeah.
I wonder why they chose North Carolina to do that.
That's where the Beast studio is. Mr. Beast studio is in North Carolina.
They use for tax purposes.
Well,
guarantee you. Because he doesn't have a studio in California.
Probably that, but he also grew up in North Carolina, so I guess it just made a no-brainer for him. But but we first went to Vegas. Everyone stayed at South Point hotel or whatever in Vegas, and we were there for 3 days before we even filmed anything. They were like, fitting us for uniforms.
Dude,
did
it seem surreal being there? Just like, oh my God, I'm on the Beast Game show. Like, I'm getting fitted.
It felt like you're like, okay, like I'm about to go on the biggest game show in the world.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like, okay, like is this actually real? Like, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
Because you're actually there, and you're just kind of, when you first get there, you fly in, you go to this terminal at the airport, and you meet everybody there, and they have hidden signs there. So like,
so people don't start chasing you around.
It doesn't just say Beast Games, contestants there.
Because you're going to have cameras on you.
It said something else, so everybody had to go to that sign. Then they load us into these Hummers, and there's like these chartered Hummers, and it was so weird because they're like,
should have worn some meta glass and just recorded the whole thing.
They're like, hey, you guys can't talk to anybody. Like, once you got there, you can't talk to anyone. All the contestants that are there with you, you can't talk to anybody. You're just like there, just sitting there in the Hummer, and it's a Hummer limo, and there's like lights and music, and there's money guns everywhere, and so you're like, okay, like I'm supposed to have fun, but I'm just supposed to sit there and not say anything. So it was
they make you wear the masks from what's that one show, the little triangle.
That would have been tight. Squid Games.
Squid Games. Sick. They hide you guys. Well, it makes sense though, because I'm sure a riot would start at an airport.
Yeah,
like that's why celebrities have to wear like masks, or like they go through private entrances, because you'll cause, like, you'll shut down the whole airport pretty much with traffic and these games, and they're gonna want to be on social media.
I think that's why they chose South Point, because that was like a far off hotel. It's not near the strip at all.
Gotcha.
So once we got to
and there's so many famous people already in Vegas, they're like, hey, we're trying to keep it low key. Get on the bus and get out of here.
But yeah, once we got to the hotel,
move this mic down a little bit.
You didn't get into
turn it towards you a little tiny bit. There you go.
You didn't get to the hotel room just yet. Like, you had to check in, and then once you get there, they walk you into this giant like conference room thing, and there's all these people sitting in chairs, and like no one knows. You don't know how many contestants there's going to be. You don't know, because some people
they're dressed in robes like
some people are alternates. Like, some people, they don't even get an actual number. Like, they're just like a backup.
Gotcha.
And so these people are going there, and they don't know if they're actually going to be on the show or not. And they still had to like obligate that time.
If people get sick or can't make it, or they got to fill in.
That's crazy too. So you don't know if you're going to have a number. You don't know how many people are competing against you. You don't know anything. All you know is that you can't talk. You see all these people there, and then you have to wait in a line.
And then they fly you to an island, and you're like, what are we doing? And then they start hunting you guys.
So I remember I was in this room for like 4 hours, bro, just sitting there. You can't talk to anybody. They like weigh you, measure you, check your luggage, take your phone, take all this stuff. You had to check in with a doctor, make sure you have like certain people have their medications that they need. And yeah, dude, they thought of everything. They're on top of everything about that show. But
I didn't even think about backups. People get sick, somebody has a family emergency, someone's dog dies or whatever.
Everything that you think about, they got it covered. Like,
that's a lot of money. They can't just stop the show. And I bet every day probably costs a lot of money.
And even then, they had all their bases covered, and then even still things went wrong. Like, there was certain things that
people get hurt, break an ankle, they just replace you real quick. Like, all right, let's go.
Well, those people got eliminated anyways. I mean,
yeah.
So, so it was interesting. There was a lot of things that didn't quite make the cut that were really fun and really cool.
Dude, I can't even imagine. I would love to be one of those cameramen.
But yeah,
I would love that.
After Vegas, we went to North Carolina. So Vegas, there was 100 of the strongest people in the world, 100 of the smartest people in the world. We had both different challenges.
But you guys can't talk to each other at all. I would have went up to some of those mathematician guys and been like, how smart are you?
After the second or third day, we were able to talk to each other.
Gotcha.
They before the filming started, they took us out to a dinner. They rented out like an entire steakhouse in Vegas. Everyone was there.
Because you got to get some calories in to feed those things, bro.
Yeah.
Feed those arms. So like, were you just like, when we eating? When are we eating?
There's okay, that's actually funny. There was a dude there at the hotel.
Mm-hmm. There's some jack dudes.
Dude, there were some big dudes, bro. There was this dude. He was like a legitimate like bodybuilder. Like, dude was massive.
Yeah.
And the lady was going over our breakfast schedule. She was handing us these breakfast slips. Okay, guys, when you guys go in your room, make sure you fill these out and put it on the handle of the door, and then we'll have your breakfast ready for you the next day.
You got some big boys in there, dude.
And so,
athletes.
And then so like one of the big dudes, he's like, okay, I have a question. He's like, he's like, yeah, this is the first breakfast. He's like, what about the second breakfast?
Yeah.
And then he asked that, bro.
Yeah.
I started dying, bro. And it was funny because I was like the only one laughing.
When do I get to work out? Like, when's my, you know what I mean?
He's like, so that's the first breakfast. What about the second breakfast? And then she just like didn't know how to answer it, bro. He's
just funny. This massive dude, and you're like, let me go talk to them downstairs.
And then they gave us like these tuna packets, right? Where it has like a bunch of tuna packets and like the saltine crackers. And this fool had like 5 of them, bro. He ate like all of them. I was like, dude.
Well, I've hung out with guys that are that dude. All they do is eat.
Yeah.
They eat for like 6 hours a day to get that big. It's that's why I'm like, that's a full-time job.
Yeah, it is a full-time job. I mean, I'm trying to get back onto my macros and
like, do you eat like that? Because like, you're a big dude, but you're also very like, you're constantly going and burning calories.
Yeah, I have like seasons where I'm like super dialed in, locked in, and I have seasons where I'm like kind of slack off a little bit, and then I lock back in.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like I'm locked back in.
Because like at your size right now, like, are you just hungry all the time, or is it more when you're just constantly working out, constantly just moving, burning calories, and training?
If you're burning a lot of calories, you're gonna be hungry more.
Yeah.
I'm used to eating a lot because I grew up Italian. So, and that's actually funny. It's like to my upbringing or whatever.
Sometimes it's too many calories.
All my family, like most of my cousins own a restaurant. So anytime I wasn't with my mom or my dad, I was at my grandma's at the pizzeria. Yeah. And that's where I stayed, you know? While my parents worked, I was at the pizzeria, and my nonna would make me pasta, pizza, spaghetti,
just
meatballs,
drop you off for a couple hours,
like cheese bread. So I grew up with an appetite. And so
carb loading all day.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of like the first of my family to do fitness as my main career.
Oh wow.
So it's interesting. Yeah.
So when you're on Beast Games, so once you start, is it as intense as it looks on TV, or is it a lot of stop, wait, go, stop, challenge? Because editing, like, they can make it look very fast. Are you just waiting around all day long, or does it move pretty quick?
It's a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
A lot of waiting.
That's what I would think.
I think that's what makes it tough. Like, the strong team's first challenge was actually...
when they're hanging, right? The very first one?
Yeah, the one where you climb down the poles.
Yeah.
That one was super quick. That one was one take. Because
I was thinking, how long can they hang? And like the whole time, the Raven and the kids, like, they're having a blast watching. I'm thinking, how long did this take to shoot? Because do you have to wait on every single person?
That one was actually faster than the Smart Team's challenge.
Yeah. Then so like the blocks and all, like
our challenge. Yeah. So our challenge, we had to go down the poles. We had to pull up the freaking weight or whatever, the little sandbag thing. The sandbag was 33% of your body weight.
Your body weight. Yeah.
Mine was 67 pounds.
Yeah. You're like, I got to get lean for this one today.
But so
they weigh you guys for that.
Yeah.
And then, so were you just trying to like suck down weight that morning?
No, because
a couple days prior.
No one knew what the challenge was. Everyone before the challenge, everyone's like arguing with each other. I think it's gonna be a dead hang. Oh, I think it's gonna be a plank. You see that pole, the little pole on the platform right there? We're gonna have to stand on that.
Because you guys could see it, but nobody knew what it was actually.
We didn't even see the stage until the day of.
Damn. So you just gotta be ready for anything.
Like,
and everything.
literally, you don't know it. You don't know what you're doing until that moment.
Yeah.
Like that moment when you're there and they explain the challenge to you. That's the task at hand. Like there's no preparation for anything. Like, and that's part of the game is everyone's constantly scheming, or they're constantly trying to figure out what the next game is or the next challenge.
Yeah.
And it made it fun because there's always something to do. So you're always speculating what the next thing is. But at the same time, it's like, it got to a point I was like,
nerve-wracking. Like,
I was like, bro, I don't even care what the challenge is. Like, I'm just gonna be here and vibe and hang out.
Yeah.
You know, drink the Starbucks there. And then
dude, that little city was cool.
It was dope,
because
bro.
I don't know what it looks like. Like, I've been on like very small sets, and you're like, this looks way cooler on TV. This is actually kind of plain. Was it actually pretty cool when you were there? Like, it looks just like it did on TV.
It was exactly how it looked on TV.
Because I was like, again, the kids and Raven, they're like, oh my gosh, look at the city. Kane was like, we kept pausing it like every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to see it. And I'm just thinking in my head, I wonder how much it cost to get all this. Like, how did they build, like, where did they build this place? You know, that's what I'm thinking the whole time.
It was like in the middle of the forest or whatever in North Carolina.
It's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But,
that's tight though.
So
like, that's just
before the city. So in that first challenge, right? It took us like 30 minutes to film that first challenge. The smart team, they had to go through rounds, bro. They were on those platforms all night, like 10 hours on those platforms.
Wow.
They ate lunch up there. You know, no one could use they let you use the bathroom. And that's one of the things that took forever was we were all the contestants were there. A lot of people are
nervous too, so I bet you people are trying to go to the bathroom all the time.
They walk us to this tent, or they put us all on this bus. Bus goes to this tent. We're all in the tent. We all eat lunch. 200 people eat lunch, right? Then they're gonna mic up 200 people. You know, some people have 2 mics, some people have 1 mic, some people have 3 mics.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, now that you guys all are fed, you guys are all mic'd up. Now, does anybody need to use the restroom? So you wait for 200 people to use the restroom. and then they line you up to these like entrances. Like,
I'm sure the girls take longer too.
Strong on one side, just smart on the other side, and then we walk in. Strong team did their thing. We did our challenge or whatever. I actually made it down the pole and I made it back up the pole. There was actually only like 36 people, I think, that actually completed that challenge. Mm-hmm. The rest of the people that couldn't complete the challenge, they fell off the pole or their blocks fell. They had to get in through push-ups. So they had to do a push-up contest to see who can move on to the city. Mm. And so that's crazy because there was actually some top 10 finishers that fell off that pole and got in through the push-ups.
Dang.
So it's like
body, dude. That's why I knew, like, when I saw that you signed up for it, because like you're a calisthenic freak. Like, I've seen this stuff. I'm like, you could probably hang from a pole for 5 minutes, even at your size.
Yeah.
Which people don't realize. Like, when you see stuff on TV, or it's like when you watch the UFC fights, you're like, oh, he should have. It's like, dude, do you know how exhausting fighting is? Yeah. Climbing poles, running, like doing those challenges of grabbing the weights. Like, it looks easy, but it's like, go outside right now and do 10 chin-ups. You're going to be like, oh, this is a lot harder than it looks.
Yep.
It's easy to sit back, but like, so when you're watching that, but that's why I was like, Mark's going to blast through like half of this stuff.
So all the strong challenges, like, I was about it. But yeah, so
like your 1-arm chin-ups and all that, I'm like, this is going to be easy. Like,
so moving on to the city. So we fly to the city. Once we're there, you know, Mr. Beast is there and he's like, lets us all run through it. We started running through that city, bro. I felt like Christmas. I was like, this is the most insane thing. And that's the first show I was ever on. I've never done a competition show.
City, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's like an actual
city. It's crazy.
There's like a full-size basketball court. There's a full gym.
Got restaurants and food. Like, it's crazy.
There's like a cafe. There's like a little library and like little chessboard set up. I was playing.
It looks like something I would visualize the metaverse looking like. Like, if I put my goggles on and I'm like, create me a cool athletic city, that would be it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was all futuristic looking.
Yeah.
There was the $5 million in the middle of the city.
That's right.
It's real money too.
Right.
$5 million of real money. Yeah, it's sitting
That's
there.
Tight.
There's guards there all the time.
The dudes with the helmets on.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And then there was the 3 pools. Those pools were like 3 feet deep, bro. They were like 4 feet deep, maybe.
Oh my god! Were they heated at least?
No, they were just like holes in the ground. Like, it was so funny.
Hey,
like,
that makes sense. It costs like $100,000 to put a pool in.
You know what was funny is there was they had a lifeguard there, like watching the pools at all times, and I was just like, I was like, bro, these pools are like 4 feet deep. They got a lifeguard there.
It's just for the theater,
like insurance or something, or I don't know.
It makes it look more legit when you see a lifeguard in the backyard. They got pools.
It was funny. I pretended I was drowning, and then the lifeguard was like this. He's gonna come get me, and I was just like, I'm just kidding, bro.
You're just lying flat on your back with your hand out, like, help me. It's like a kiddie pool.
Yeah. So no, it was a cool experience, but.
All right, question.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about just taking the $100,000 and walking?
I did.
I would have taken that money.
I know.
I'd have been like, easy money. See you.
I know.
Especially if I see a guy like you and I'm on the strong, I'm like, I don't know what challenges are coming up.
So
I'm going to take my $100,000.
Now that I'm on this side of it, I'm like, dude, I wish I would have taken the money, right? But
Kane, I told you. Kane kept yelling at me.
When I was like standing there looking at the 100K bribes, my thought process was, okay, like I'm only gonna be on this show one time in my life. I have a shot at millions of dollars. I wasn't planning on winning all $5 million, but I knew that there was other side bribes that were higher than 100K. There's like 200, 300.
I saw that later in the
500. So my eyes was on those. The 100K sitting in front of me, I'm like, 100K sounds cool, but like in reality, if I really needed 100K, like you can always like take a loan for 100K.
Let's see how far we can get.
If you really needed to make something work or open a business or something, like my mind was like, okay, I wanted to start a gym or something, and 100K is not going to do that for me.
Yeah.
So I was
not living in California now.
Yeah, no. So
maybe open up a metaverse in North Carolina.
And I was like, okay, California taxes too. I'm going to end up paying 40K.
It's income. You get taxed on it.
You get taxed on it.
You're only going to keep like 60 or 70, depending on what your income already is.
Yeah.
So if you're already, it's not tax free. It's not like life insurance, baby.
It's not tax free, bro. It's not like life insurance policy, bro.
Life insurance, tax free.
So that's also something that was going through my mind. And yeah, I just didn't take it. And I was really betting on myself that I was going to ace every challenge. But then I got out on the next challenge, which was
such a awkward challenge.
It was such a weird challenge, dude.
I was like, no.
And the way it looked on the screen, it looked like I got out on like the 3rd round.
Yeah.
But it was actually like the 12th round. And I got out from a pebble this big.
Oh,
there's a pebble this big. Because I was like, I knew it was getting close. I was like, dude, that thing's going to tip. That freaking heart, bro, is going to tip. I'm going to pick the smallest rock, and I just put it right there. Something I completely what do you call it? Something I completely like fell face flat on was there was like these platforms, and they're like this big on each side. So the heart was on this side. It was sitting on this platform, and then there's a platform on this side, and we were putting the rocks in the middle. I didn't think to put the rocks closer to this side of the platform so it would have less leverage on the heart. Yeah. So no matter how heavy the rock was, if you put it closer to the inside of the lever, it wouldn't outweigh the heart as much as if you put it more on this side. Yeah. We were just putting the rocks directly in the middle, and that's why I thought that that was a big reason why I failed that challenge. It was more of a smart challenge.
Well, because I was sitting there, me and Raven, we're all watching it, and I'm like, this one's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
You're a coach, you train people, like you can probably look at me and be like, you weigh 179 I was like, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but like you said, if you set it, they're jaggedy. I was like, wow, what a weird challenge.
And then if the rock,
I think I probably would have failed that one.
If the rock fell off of the platform too, then you got eliminated. So you can't let the rock fall off. I can't remember.
Did you guys get to feel the weight of the heart?
Yeah.
You guys, okay.
That heart weighed about 15 pounds, I would say.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So those little rocks are not very heavy.
Those rocks are fake rocks. Like they're like those rocks are pretty much just like big pieces of foam that are like spray painted black.
Wow.
And they have like a little weight bag in the middle of them. Like that's probably what how they made it. Some of the rocks, some of them are real rocks, like the little pebbles.
Yeah.
And so I grabbed a little pebble and it was a real rock. So I think it was kind of deceiving. Like I was like, it's a little pebble. It does have a little bit of weight to it. But I was like, there's no other small rock to put here. And I was just like, I put it there.
Yeah.
Something
like you said, at any time you can't touch it. So if that little pebble starts to wobble the other ones off and that heart fall, you're out.
I put that pebble there. I pulled that thing. It just went. It just went. I was like, what the heck, bro?
Damn.
And
what a weird challenge to think about.
There was a funny part during that in the filming process. The girl I was going against, or Mr. Beast, he was explaining the challenge. And he's like, when everyone was holding the hearts and weighing them or whatever, he was like, all right, put that John back on the thing. Like he said, he called the heart a John. Mm-hmm. You ever heard that? Like in New York, people say, get that John out of here or whatever. You never heard that?
Oh, I have heard that.
It's like Jawn, John. Yeah. So he's like, put that John back on the scale or something. And I was like, I ain't
all
never
North
heard.
Carolinian shit.
I was like, what? And the girl I was going against, she's like, oh my God, I have a tattoo on my ankle. She has a tattoo on her ankle of the exact heart. And it was like a 3D looking heart. And it said John on her ankle. She's like, oh my God, I have a tattoo of John Hart or whatever. It was Jawn. She's like,
what?
She's like, I have a tattoo on my ankle of John. Like, it's a good omen. And I was just like, man, I don't believe in no omens or whatever. Like
that
in
is
my
weird,
head.
though.
And then I end up losing, and she wins, and then goes to the city. She's like, it's a good omen, and then runs away. And I'm like, oh my God, bro.
That is kind of a weird coincidence.
It was so weird.
He said that, and that is weird.
Yeah, but
that would have gotten in my head a little bit. I would have been like, I'm staying away from you.
But then, like, now I'm watching it with my wife, and like all the later episodes, I'm looking at all the challenges they did after that.
Dude,
like they did the obstacle course. They
would have blown through them, dude.
They did the island challenges
when they're stacking the things to the top.
Yeah, bro. Like I was like, dude, if I would have picked that one, dude, I would have killed that,
dude. But yeah, we were watching it. We kept watching it, and we were like, Mark would have blown through these, bro. Like, this dude can do a handstand on a shopping cart for 5 minutes. What? Yeah. I was like, no, stupid rocks.
I was like, oh my God, bro. But
so can you try out again, or how does that work?
Yeah, I already applied for season 3.
Nice.
They're already casting for season 3, but the hard part,
because there was people that they brought back, and so like maybe now that you're known, they're like, oh, we got to bring that guy back for sure. Like,
I mean, I'm kind of known. I'm known in the community, but I'm not known like to be kind of part of the show.
Yeah,
like.
But you've gone through the athletic stuff. Like they might be like, all right, that guy's for sure going to be a backup.
Yeah,
or something.
I met a lot of the management. Yeah. I met the project manager for all of the YouTube videos that they do. Mm-hmm. Like I met some helpful people there. But
yeah,
I mean, hopefully. But this next season, they're looking for like Olympians and all these people to like represent a country. So
that's pretty
they're
smart.
doing like a worldwide thing on the next season.
Okay.
And so I have to represent the US.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so that's what I made my video on. I made it in docs. I was standing in front of the American flag.
Yeah.
And I was like, I look like Captain America, bro. Like,
yeah. You don't know who I am with the flag on. Photoshop.
I tried every single angle I could to represent America, so we'll see. I think they're still casting for it. I don't think they got like their main people yet, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Those people
I'm sure
work
they're gonna have a lot of seasons, other shows that spin off probably from that show.
Yeah,
because like with Paramount and Net, like there's shows that I've never even heard of that are like 3-4 years old, and I'm like, how did I never hear about this show?
But I think there's a part in the contract for the Beast Games, like the NDA or whatever. You can't
talk about it at all.
I don't think you can try out for another game show until after like a year passes. Like after the episodes come out, after a full year passes, then you can try out for another show, I think.
Oh, damn. That kind of sucks. So even if you get eliminated, you can't go jump on another show in 5 months?
Yeah, so I think I am gonna go and try out on some other show. I don't know, maybe Ninja Warrior or.
Oh yeah,
Ninja Warrior's freaking tough, bro. Like, I am a freak of nature when it comes to training, but some of the stuff they do, like they're doing this stuff with no chalk too, and that's one of the harder things. Is like,
yeah, especially when you start getting sweaty and clammy, and then like they're throwing their bodies in the air and catching like the little metal balls with their fingertips. Yeah. I'm like, dude, this show is insane.
Yeah, there is a gym here that trains
Ninja Warrior. You gotta be like
Warrior.
A skinny athletic guy, like for some of that crazy stuff.
I could train myself to do it, but I'd have to like really focus in on dial in only on that one sport.
Yeah,
to do it, but
because it seems like watching, I used to be addicted to that show.
Yeah,
but from watching it, it seems like you'd have to train a lot of grip strength.
Yes,
and that's why a lot of those leaner, like the big guys, kind of fall out in the beginning.
Yep.
And then it always comes down to those lean, freak of nature, rock climbing guys.
Yeah. You know? So Ninja Warrior, if you could do a couple one-arm pull-ups on each arm and you have good grip strength, and you could do the warped wall, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah,
but.
Because you are a bodybuilder, but you're also a calisthenic guy.
I'm actually
so you're used to just jumping off those bars and grabbing them with your fingertips. So I think you'd get super far in that show.
Yeah, does it seem like I'm a bodybuilder? Because I've never actually done a bodybuilding show.
Oh, really? I thought I've
never.
Why did I think you've done?
I've never done a bodybuilding show.
No, that was your competition for the bars stuff. I'm thinking. I saw you with the trophy with something. Never mind, that wasn't for bodybuilding.
That's a calisthenics trophy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, you're built like a bodybuilder.
I appreciate it.
You know, but like, yeah, but a lot of grip strength on those crazy shows.
No, yeah. So yeah, dude.
I'm thinking of Doc. Doc did a show or something, right?
Doc did a bodybuilding show.
Okay, that's what it was. I'm probably thinking.
I was
Doc,
actually.
Which he's a freak. How old is he? Like
he's like 63.
Yeah, that guy's a freak, dude.
64.
He was shredded.
Yeah.
Well, he was an ex-Navy SEAL, and the discipline, I'm sure, is just like crazy.
Navy SEAL vet, 6 years.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that just puts you in a different mindset.
Yeah.
If you can go through SEAL training, any other workout that you try to do is gonna be cakewalk.
You get through Hell Week, dude. Like you can do anything in life. Like
you can do anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's no, without a doubt, you can do it.
Yeah. Super, like the nicest guy in the world too. It's so funny. He's like you're like, that guy's a Navy SEAL. Like
he's like, I've seen the darkness.
He's just the nicest guy.
I've grown in it, you know.
Yeah. So you come out just super nice. Like nothing bothers you at that point. I bet.
Dude, I was actually going to do a bodybuilding show, and it was when my wife was pregnant. But the date of the show was gonna be around the same date as my daughter was being born. Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. Your wife will hate you forever.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work. You know, like if I'm like, I gotta do my cardio. I can't help you with this. And it's like, I'm not about to do all that. You know,
I was gonna say that's what the other time. It's not even like the day of. It's leading up to it. Like, man, when your chick's pregnant. Oh my gosh, doctor's visits and some days where they're just like can't get up or this or that or they have emergency things or you can't plan
like
anything.
That's the transition from like you before dad life is like, you know, you're just gung-ho, you're willing to take down anything, and then once you kind of transition into becoming a dad, it's not about you anymore. It's about your
time is everyone's time now.
You gotta be there for your wife, you gotta be there for your kids, you gotta be there for, like you said, you're going to the sports games and you got to take the kids to school and you got to
pediatric visits and they get sick and this and then it's just like, oh my gosh, dude, you can't plan anything.
But when you think about it, because I remember when my daughter was first born, I was like, we're just figuring it out. We're just new parents. We don't know what we're doing, but we have people to help and stuff, give us advice. And we're just like, damn, bro, like this is hard. Like being a parent is hard. Once I had a daughter, I had so much more respect for dads and parents because it's like, it's so much more that they're actually doing that you don't realize when you don't have kids.
Yeah.
And
It's like an on and off the clock thing. Because then you're trying to get sleep, but then now both you guys aren't getting sleep. So then like I used to stay up with Kane, and then Raven used to pump. Yeah. And then because like she would get like 1 hour sleep a day, and I thought she was going to have a heart attack. I was like, this is hard on both of us. Like, dude. Harder on you, obviously, but yeah, it's all time consuming and balancing, and then, you know, trying to stay patient with each other. And it's the first one's the hardest though, because you don't know what, and then the second one is just like, like they're tough little babies. Like they're fine. You know?
I heard it's easier going from 1 to 2 than it is 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Or someone said it was harder going from 0 to 1 than 1 to 2.
Yeah. But and then they say like once you have 3, like 5, 6, it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah,
like
after 3 you're game for whatever. I met a dude yesterday, and we were talking about kids and stuff. He's like, "Oh, is that your daughter?" I was like, "Yeah, that's my daughter." He's like, "Oh, that's your first one?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you plan on having more?" I was like,
it's always the second question.
I was like, we would like to have more, you know, but I was like, I feel like there's certain things I got to get in line. Mm-hmm. There's certain things I want to do to prepare for that, I guess. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's never convenient, you know. Like you just got to figure it out. I was like, how many kids do you have? He's like 10. I was like, no, bro, you're kidding. You're lying.
What?
You don't have 10 kids. I was like, you actually have 10 kids? He's like, yeah, I have 10 kids. I was like, what do you do?
What? How do you feed that many people?
I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I design websites or whatever. And I was just like, what does your wife work? Do you have 3
wives? Are you Mormon?
Like, does your wife work? He's like, no. I was like, I got to get a meeting with you, bro. So
or get away from you because you're going to, like, what are you selling, drugs?
I was like, I got to talk to you, bro, because, I mean, yeah, bro. But
well, actually, website designing, a guy tried to charge me $8,000 to do mine. I found some guy on Fiverr from Pakistan, and he did it in like 3 days for like $1,000. So there is some money there.
Fiverr is where it's at, bro. Fiverr, you get some good people on Fiverr.
Yeah.
Web logos or
hit or miss. You gotta go through a couple guys.
Find a good guy.
Yeah. I have a guy now that does a lot of my SEO website stuff, and like I'll never give his name away because I don't want him to get too busy and then he forgets about me. Because like, but he does stuff for like other like real companies in like New York. Like he does like a lot of side work, and he's like my dude, but like not expensive at all. Like I'll give him these big fat tips, and he's like, thank you. I'm like, he's like, what? That's like $1,000 for me here. Yeah. Compared to over there, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, dude,
what did you give him? Like
$100 tip. Just because I needed something done, like something was broken, the link wasn't working, I messed it up, and then I was like, hey, I need you to fix this, and then can you make it like this and make it like a cool little scrolly thing, and then that'll be that landing page for this link on the YouTube thing. He got it done in like 2 hours. He was like, yeah, it's like it's midnight over here. Give me a couple hours. I was like, oh, my bad, because 24-hour difference. And then so he got it done super quick, and I gave him like $100 tip, and he was just like, thank you. You know, because he just had a kid too. Dang. So he was like, you know, work's been a little slow, and AI is kind of taken over everything, but we have no idea how like good we have it here. It's expensive to live here, but it's also completely different in other countries. And we became really good friends. Like we talk, like, what's it like over there, and this and that, and like his little town he lives in is just like, it's almost like nothing there. You know,
like FaceTime his dude or what?
Yeah, we've got Zoom. He's got the access to my WordPress. Like he's my guy, you know. But now he's got kids. Like he'll send me pictures of his kids, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but we just met on Fiverr though. Yeah. And now he's like my go-to little buddy, you know.
And he does all your website stuff.
Yeah.
That's tight.
But so speaking of timing, being a dad now, you're training dads. Mm-hmm. You know, it's all about timing and scheduling and time management and all that. What are you doing with the dad? With the dad training, business person, entrepreneur training.
So I've been coaching since 2018. Mm-hmm. And when I first started coaching, I started coaching kids.
Yeah. My kids were in that program.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They went to the playground?
No, at Doc's.
At Doc's. So before I even started that, I had a lot of years under my belt coaching at another gym called the Playground. Mm. And I would coach probably 70 kids a day at least for a couple years.
That got you ready for kids. That got you ready for kids.
That got me ready for kids, bro. Yeah, it made me want to have kids. And,
patience.
And it gave me patience and how to like discipline kids in a good way, like not, you know, you don't want to be mean to the kids, but you know, you kind of lower your tone a little bit, and
you gotta tell them to get in line and dude, stop talking.
Exactly. Hey, bro, if you do that, you can have burpees, or whatever.
Back of the line.
You gotta wall sit, bro, for the rest of class or whatever it is.
Because Kane's a talker like me, so I remember I think one of the times you were like, Kane, back of the line. He just stopped talking after that.
So mad, So yeah, I have a lot of years coaching kids. Right before I started that kids program at Docs, but over the years, I gained a lot of relationships with parents, you know, moms and dads, and then some of the dads asked me, "Hey, you know, can you help me with my fitness or whatever?" Because they see me and the things that I do, the shape that I was in or that I am in, I guess.
Yeah, you walk around pretty lean all year. I don't think I've ever seen you like out of shape.
I do my best.
Yeah,
I mean, I think everyone's their biggest critic, you know, especially if you've seen yourself at a certain level, you kind of always compare yourself to that level. And so it's like that for everyone. It's like that for me too. So anyways, I started coaching dads. Like I had this one dad, he came to me, he's like, "Hey, it's going to be my 40th birthday coming up. He's like, I want the 40s to be the new 30 or whatever." I was like, okay, cool. And then dude went from, you know, dad bod, gut or whatever.
Yeah.
He started training in the morning, 6 a.m. He started counting his macros, started doing cardio here and there. And then dude looked like Superman in like 100 days.
Yeah.
So that was like a really good testimony. But right now I'm trying to get together the dad's training group. So I want to do a couple of groups. I want to do a group with high performing dads. It's more of like an accountability, comradeship, like brotherhood type thing, you know, where these dads are just doing life together. They train 2 or 3 days a week or whatever. And, you know, we just do a good workout. So I want to do a group like that, and I want to do another dad's group for dads who have no athletic background, you know, where they're actually trying to change their life for the first time. They've never done anything like that before. So I want to get a couple groups together similar to that for not only dads, but also teens, especially like young men, because what happens is, it's cool. So being a trainer for as long as I have, it's actually interesting because if I coach a dad or a parent, when that parent changes, I actually see their kids change as well. Versus when I coach a kid, sometimes it can be a little harder to get the kid to lose weight or to get to a certain goal because of the parent's habits. Or vice versa. Yeah. It's easier to get kids to fall into healthy habits if the parent is already living a healthy lifestyle. Like if the parent's already living a healthy lifestyle and then they send their kid to me, "Hey, I want my kid to lose weight. I want them to be more disciplined." The things that I do with them in the gym is going to work that much more because their parents are doing it at home already.
Yeah, it's like my kids. They see us working out at home. We go to the park. We do sprint days. Like, they're more like ready to go,
and they're beasts.
Yeah,
You know, Kane was like top of the class the whole time.
Yeah,
and so
because he's around it and he likes competition and he just wants to go.
Same thing with my daughter, right? So, and also kids actually inherit like certain genes, you know. So if the parents work out for a certain amount of time, I think it's like 9 months or more. If parents are working out and they're disciplined, they're eating right, and they're training hard for at least 9 months or more, when they do have kids, their kids will have that much better like genetics. I'm pretty sure there's science. Don't quote me on this, but you guys can do your own research on ChatGPT and whatnot. But you know, I've been on ChatGPT for a couple of times, and I'm asking it about my daughter because my daughter literally came out with abs. Like I have a picture of her. I showed you that picture, right?
Yeah.
I have a picture of her, and she's 8 days old, and she has abs, like washboard abs. And I posted on Instagram, and actually that video got like 5 million views.
Yeah.
Of her with abs. It was like, oh,
she'd be like one of those Russian kids doing one arm chin ups at like 3 years old.
It was like mom, and it was like my wife and her abs, and it was like dad, and it was like a picture of me. Yeah. And then it was like baby, and it was just like, bro, it's like one of those like edits or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you see her back, bro, she's like this, she's a girl. Like, it's like, how does a little baby have lats like that? Like, she has a whole back development, bro. It's
damn.
like, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? But it's also her environment, you know, it's her parents. Like we're always active. We're always doing something. Like literally this morning, I was doing like a push-up workout or whatever, and I have her little trampoline in there. She got her little trampoline. She's got a little balance beam. Yeah. And then I have rings set up on the squat rack. And so she always
That's what we did for our kids. Yeah, we had rings, and we bought like basically like little gyms, little playgrounds, not like baby stuff. Yeah. But little gym stuff. And then we like created our, we put bands on it. Dude. And Kane would like pull himself up at like 1 year old. Yeah. And I was like, and I'd take one from him, and I like, when they're really little. Yeah. Me and Raven were doing like, doing the finger, they grab it and they gotta pull, because Kane's head was like so big. And he'd pull himself up and we put him down, and he started getting stronger. And then I like put one of his hands down and be like, all right, do it with one hand, buddy. Let's go. He just got used to like pulling stuff. And then as he got a little older, he would see stuff and just like try to sit up and grab it and then just like hang from it. And we were like, look at that. Dude, yeah. He's already hanging.
It's like, amazing. Yeah. And then we actually have like a couple of kettlebells like in the home gym. Mm-hmm. So we have 10 pound, 15, or no, we have a 7 pound, 15, 20, and a 30. Yeah. And the baby picked up every single one. Other than that, she didn't pick up the 30. She picked up the 20-pound dumbbell. She weighs like 25 pounds. Yeah. At like 18 months old. Like picked up this 20-pound kettlebell and walks around with it. I'm like, dude, what? Like, it's insane.
So, or like I remember Kane. I think that's why he loves pushing the sled so much. He had one of those little. You sit in it. Yeah. And they they run around in it. And then Kane got a little bigger. And then so him and Kira, I actually saved it even for Kira. I put duct tape on the front little tires. So he would push it through the hallway and through the kid, like he wanted to get out of it, and once he could walk and run.
So you put duct tape on it to make it harder to push?
Yeah, so like it was harder to push. Dude. Yeah, so he was just pushing it, and then I'd put like books in it. Yeah, I'd put stuff in it. He just kept pushing it. I was like, all right, this is my retirement. Yeah, I'm putting into this investment because this kid's gonna go like to the NFL or something one day.
Kane could do.
And now he loves pushing sleds. Like he'll do the 45s. Yeah. On both sides on his sled and drag that thing. Like it's crazy.
That's why they call him Kane the Train.
Kane the Train, dude. It's wild. And now Kira, she's obsessed with dip rings. Like, well, remember you had them doing her and the other little girl. Yeah. Remember they hung on to the bar for like a minute and a half. Yeah. When you had them doing those little competitions.
Who was it? Kira and who else?
Kira and...
Was it Ivy or Olivia? Ivy.
I think it was Ivy.
I still work with Ivy. She almost has a handstand, bro. Like, dude, freestanding for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. And I was like, this is so good. The competition, because they were hanging from that bar. Yeah. And we were all yelling, and their little faces were like... but they were looking at each other like, we're friends, but I gotta beat you right now. And they were hanging from that bar. Now she does gymnastics, and she'll put her feet upside down, and she'll hang from one arm and just spin in a circle. And I'm like, I've actually read and I've heard on other podcasts, hanging besides like squats and running barefoot for kids, because they have so much cushion in all the shoes nowadays. Like all these kids' knees and ankles are gonna be jacked up. But I saw this video. This guy, it was like one of Huberman's podcasts, I think. And they had like a skeletal, like 3D thing that they're showing you. And they're like, hanging is one of the best, especially for the Russians. They say it too. Hanging is one of the best things for kids. Yeah. Because of all that spine development from like their shoulders into their neck, down their spine, like in all the way down to like their tailbone. Like doing the monkey bars and then just hanging and doing pulls and hanging. They're like, it's one of the best things to do for kids as they get older, because it's just so much spine development for them.
You know what's interesting is when my daughter was like, when she was under a year old, I think she was like 10 months old, and she was doing the little rings on the side of the crib. Because we have like the little pack and play thing or whatever, and they have the little rings that you can clip on the ends.
Yeah.
So she would do those. She would hang on those and it's like little TRX straps.
Yeah.
She's like doing
off
little
their
pull
butt
ups,
and like rows. They're doing that's what I used to have to do.
So she'll just kind of like stand up and pull herself up.
Yeah.
So I was having her do that because I was like, I knew that was going to translate into pull ups.
Yeah.
And
all those little tendons though are just getting so strong. Like, so if they fall or have an accident,
I asked her pediatric doctor, I was like, what do you think about kids doing hanging or like kids hanging from a bar?
They just said no, huh?
She's like, yeah, I would avoid that until she's like 3. And I was just like,
well, you're not doing extreme hanging. She's just hanging. Like, if it hurts, you let go.
I didn't ask about this. I said like hanging from a bar.
Yeah.
And I think she was 10 months at that time.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, like, I think you should wait till she's 3. And I was just like,
but if she can do it, why not?
Yeah. So I was like, well, I have a bunch of other friends where they literally let their kids hang from bars, like when they're super
like the Russians throw their kids in the river and pull them out and they never get sick.
Exactly, bro. So
they dip them and it strengthens their immune system. Like it bulletproofs them.
So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. But, I kind of took like a month or 2 off because I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll be like, okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe let me look into it a little bit more. And I'll ask around.
Yeah.
And then I came to the conclusion, I was like, you know what? Like, if I just have her swing on the rings or hang from a bar here and there, like, it's not going to hurt her shoulders, Like,
yeah, they would stop if it, because like Kane was hanging from things and pulling. And I was like, if it doesn't hurt, let him do it. Obviously he's not going to deadlift stuff off the ground.
If there's no muscles surrounding your shoulders and you're just hanging on it the whole time, then I could see how that would be bad for the shoulders.
Yeah.
But if you have like some strength surrounding that and you can actually support yourself in that position, then I'm like, why not? And my daughter, she'll swing on the rings like this and go back and forth.
Like she's got like actual good form.
Dude, for real. Like she'll be like this and swing back and forth. I'm like, dude, she's like, what the heck? It's crazy.
Yeah,
yeah, and so that's the reason why I do want to start training the parents more, because if I train the parents and the parents get fit, then their kids have a higher percentage of getting fit and having a better lifestyle. And then if that happens, then it's just a bigger like chain reaction, So,
and they're probably more likely to like go into sports when they get older. Or not be afraid of competition. Or go out, try for the basketball team, because they have like that coordination and that muscle brain development.
Yes.
And they're not just going to like want to sit home and play on TikTok all day. Or like mom, like the weekends, like not only do we have football and gymnastics and all these stuff for our kids, because they constantly want to go. But they see me and mom. So as they get older, I'm hoping that they're never just going to want to sit around all day and not do anything and have osteoporosis when they're 30 years old, because you've seen all the research. Like these kids, like people, like they're already getting like these crazy humps on their necks, and like they're getting like some of these kids, like they're getting like this not arthritis, but like I read the other day, like they're getting like something like in this bone from holding their phone.
That's actually funny, because sometimes I'll be on my phone and like this thing will get numb, and I'm like, dang, bro, my arm is numb, my hand's numb right now.
And
bro.
I'm like, dude, these kids, like they're so like, we have so many kids in our neighborhood, thank God, that just go outside and play all day.
That's so good,
but
bro.
I talk to buddies that live in other neighborhoods, and they're like, I know we have a lot of kids in our neighborhood, like I've never seen them. They're just they're building computers and they're playing Xbox, and like, which that's all great, but it seems like there's a huge split. Like I feel like a lot of kids used to be more in the middle with sports when I was younger. And now it's like either kids are diehard into sports or they're just don't want anything to do with it. I feel like there's a kind of like fitness. I feel like there's a lot of healthy people nowadays, like the 50-year-olds that look like they're 40. And their guys are jacked. But then it's like, but the other side is way worse than what it was 20, 30 years ago too. There's not much of a middle anymore, and I feel like the dad bod was kind of an excuse. The hashtag dad bod, I was like, I feel like that's an excuse. A little bit.
It is. I could definitely see how, like being a dad now, I can definitely see how guys get the dad bod. Like I can totally understand how that happens. And like,
but when it gets to a certain point,
usually happens.
You got to start.
It usually happens. I feel like because there's guys that I used to go to high school with. These dudes were like football, like basketball, just shredded, you know, abs and super athletic. And then I'll see them on Instagram or whatever, and they have a wife and kids, beautiful family and stuff. But like I see that they gain a lot of weight, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like how did that happen?
There's dad bod, and then there's like, dude, you're twice as big as you used to be.
And so
like that's not good for your heart. Like you're not gonna be able to get life insurance in 5 years. Like, bro, you've got, dude, literally,
that's
like,
true, bro.
Dude, it's like once you get a family and kids, like I had a guy that got denied because he was already on blood pressure meds at like 32 years old, and all these carriers just said no to him. And he was like, "Damn, I was like, you're gonna pay more."
And if they did say yes, it would have been way more money per month.
Well, the company he went with, it was 3 times more than what he thought it was gonna be. And I was like, "Dude, you don't understand." He's like, "It's just blood pressure." I was like, "Blood pressure? That's your heart, dude."
Yeah.
I was like, "And you're big, so the weight doesn't help with trying." And he was like, "Damn, I gotta lose weight."
Yeah.
And that was like a good wake up call for him, because he's like, "This isn't normal." I was like, "Dude, it's not normal to be on 2 different blood pressure meds at 32 years old."
Yeah.
Like. And we sat there, and you could tell, because his wife is still very athletic. Sorry if you know who you are, but his wife's very athletic still, and his friends and family. But he just got busy, makes great money, career just takes out. You got 3 kids, you know what I mean, and you just get busy and you eat on the go, but it goes by quick, and before you know it, you're like, damn, I'm twice as big as I was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and so that stuff's a big wake up call for some people, especially when you're like, I got to protect my kids. And I got to get in shape now.
I think sometimes it happens to people who are super hardcore into a certain sport, like let's say gymnastics, right? Usually gymnastics is a great sport because it sticks with you for the rest of your life. But I've talked to some people who have done gymnastics, and they did it hardcore from when they were 5 all the way till they're 18 or college.
Yeah.
To the point to where it's like once they're done with gymnastics, or they're just like they stopped competing, they're just like, all right, you know what? Like, screw this, bro. I think I've done enough working out in my life. Burn out. And then they're just burnt out. They're just like, screw this. I'm just gonna hang out and chill. And then they go so hardcore that when it cuts off, the activity cuts off, and they're just like going where the wind takes them. Then that weight just comes on, you know.
You just want all that time of being strict and training, and every weekend is about, and then after college you're like, it's time to go nuts. I got my career, I'm making money, I want to travel, I want to eat, like I don't want to look at a gym. You know, I think the same thing happens with people who have kids young sometimes. All that time they didn't get to go to the parties and hang out and go out on the boat, and then you get older and it's like time to go crazy. You know, once the kids are a little older, and we have a couple friends, I know people like that are like, I had a kid at this age, I got married at this age, I feel like I had no fun. And that rebound effect is like, ooh, you gotta keep that rebound
30, 40, bro.
It's like you gotta keep that rebound in check. Be careful, you know, don't go out there and get too crazy.
Hey, so when it comes to working out, like with you and Raven, do you guys work out together sometimes? Like,
we try to like work out the same.
Out separate? Most
of the time it is separate, but we usually try to pick like 1 or 2 days throughout the week. Like if she's in nursing school, so like if she's off on a Wednesday or a Friday, like we'll try to do the same body movement at the same time. You know, we'll just shift the weights obviously, but we'll try to go like, cause she works out more like a dude. Like she does the deadlift things, or like, you know, they got like these really cool machines now over at GB3. Like it's like free weight deads.
Well, that's good that she understands the concept that she's not gonna get too big. Right? Like,
she does the single arm rows. She'll do the lat pull, now like just basic movements. But you know, some women don't like to do all that. She'll do the arms, shoulders. So we try to work out together. And then we always usually finish off with like competing in abs, who can do a plank the longest.
Oh, okay.
Or like I'll get on the, you know, what's the little, you know, you put your elbows in it, you do leg lifts, and she'll go get on one from, you know, the other side of the room, and we'll just be like, go. And whoever can do like more leg lifts, you know, or leg raises, you know.
See, I've tried to work out with my wife, but sometimes it just doesn't gel well, bro. Like, we'll work out, and then my wife will be like, "Oh, am I doing this squat correctly or whatever?" I'm like, "Babe, you've been doing squats for like 10 years. Like, you know how to do a squat, you know?" It's like,
Well, and then girls, though, they work out a lot more lower body, though, too. So we'll try to pick like a pull day or a push day, or we can work out together.
Or you do leg day together.
Yeah, but her leg day goes way longer than I want. I'm like, I'm already done.
Dude, I'm just trying to do squats, leg extensions, some lunges. I'm good, bro.
But I've actually been trying to throw in more calisthenic stuff, like, because I've got 2 bad shoulders. Like, I can't go real heavy on certain things.
Right.
Like, if I overhead press like more than like 175 or what, it's like,
do you do it standing or seated?
Seated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I try to do more standing stuff, but like
I try to do the standing overhead press the other day, and I don't really like it, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just not a move that I would prefer. I mean, and I could do handstand push-ups too. So I'm like, I had to pick
a lot of those lately.
I'd rather just do handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
But if you want to
talk about a pump in your shoulders, dude. Oh my God.
I built my whole shoulders off of handstands and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you can't do the handstand push-up, you could do the pike push-up. Put your feet on the box. You get your butt in the air.
I usually do those.
Those are also tough too, but you just got to keep upping the angle. You could start from the push-up, then put your feet on the box, do a decline push-up, and then the higher your butt goes, the harder it is.
Yeah.
But
and you got to be careful too. Don't do them on like a wobbly box or anything. I've made that mistake. And the box starts moving, you're like, "Oh shit."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, shoot.
No, it is hard, man. The timing, trying to get to the gym. Sometimes you're tired. The kids get sick, and then you're not getting sleep because the kids are sick and coughing all night. And so like you have a whole week that just thrashes you just feel like your testosterone's low because you just got no sleep for like 5 days in a row.
Have you ever gotten your tests checked?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
How do you do that? I'm curious as to what mine is. I don't know.
I just went to, here in town, they have Game Day Health. They've also got like Bautista. They've got all these places where you can go, and Quantum RX, they have the test kits.
Oh, okay.
But theirs will actually, like theirs will like test like estradiol, estrogen, testosterone, like cortisol, all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then some places will just check like your testosterone. But actually what a doctor told me recently, because I went to go get mine checked because I was just having a weird winter this year. But apparently I'm just tired. I don't know. Vitamin D was a little low or whatever. They're like, actually your testosterone for 36 is pretty good. They were like, I wouldn't recommend getting on anything. I was like, all right, just got more sleep, felt way better. But they actually recommend that when you're in like your early 20s or like before you go to college or even during high school, this one doctor told me every kid should be getting their hormones checked so that you know where you're at. So at 30, you know where you're at. Because some people have low testosterone, but theirs was never very high to begin with.
Yeah.
So their body runs off of that. And then some people are running at 1,200, up until they're 25 or 30. So when they hit 40, 50, they know where their body likes to be.
See,
because it's hard just to throw everyone at 600 to 800. Maybe your body 600 is too much, or 800 or 12.
Well, I've also heard that when you become a dad, your testosterone drops.
Might. Who knows? As you get older,
I've heard that like once you become a parent, your testosterone will go down because instead of you dedicating all that time and energy to the gym or whatever, or going absolute nuts, or I don't know. I guess it changes kind of the way your mind thinks, like when you have a kid. What's that hormone? All that energy goes towards the taking care of the family, like
you're not on the hunt, on the prowl. You're not single anymore.
Right.
You're not, because there was a study, I forgot who did it, but they did it on apes and on people or something like that. And basically, like, if a guy goes to a bar and he's around a bunch of like promiscuous women for a couple hours, your testosterone, like your pheromones actually start to change.
Right.
And I was like, that's why you stay away from places like that when you do get married. But that's why Raven and I are always talking like with friends and stuff. Like, you gotta you do got to keep it fun with your partner.
Right.
You do got to keep things spiced up, have fun, go on dates, you know, because even I was slipping up on just taking Raven out and us having our own time. But I feel like, too, because they say, like, what, our testosterone's dropping, like, every generation our testosterone is dropping a little. Like, our great-grandpa had, his testosterone was way up here, and now where's his, and it could be chemicals, it could be what we eat, it could be our food, it can be, you know, like they say, like a lot of our men's grip strength has dropped over the last 50 years. It can be just a number of things.
I think it also goes into the PE programs in schools.
Yeah. Like we just said, starting young, training, grip strength, just all that.
If you look back to the, what was it, the JFK program?
Yeah.
When all that stuff was calisthenics.
Yeah.
They were doing the dip bars or whatever. Yeah. They were doing like the peg boards. They were doing like Ninja Warrior stuff pretty much. Like, I think you had to do over 10 pull-ups to get an A.
Yeah. When I was in high school, we had to do a bunch of stuff. And now I've talked to people and they're like, if you make the mile, it's fine. Or, if you can't do, I'm like, no, our PE teachers were like, because they were usually the coaches. Yeah. They were like, you're getting back in line. You're getting 12 pull-ups. And I was like, damn, but we were all in good shape. Now when I drive by high schools, it's like very 50-50. Like some kids look really out of shape, and then some kids look like athletes.
Well, when I was a freshman, I was actually out of shape. I remember we had to run the mile, and dude, I was so bad at running. I think my mile time was 10 minutes. Yeah. And I think you had to do like an 8:30 mile to get an A, and I think I actually got the 8:30 mile, but
it was hard.
But that's all it was. It wasn't like, you had to do pull-ups. You might have had to do 10 push-ups to get an A or something. But yeah.
Because they even had the girls on the bar. They did like the body weight rows, but they were like, you're doing something. You're not going to pass.
I don't know. I mean, I think they need to up those standards a little bit. Like, dude, make these people do pull-ups. Pull-ups is one of the hardest exercise.
Or a hard body weight row, something. Because those are, if you've never done a pull-up, those are pretty challenging too.
Body weight row can be difficult, but it's very easy to manipulate it to make it easy. I feel like, but I don't know. They gotta do something with the PE program because it's like every week they'll be like, all right, we're gonna play frisbee, or all right, we're gonna play kickball. We're gonna play this sport, or you just like kind of half-assing each sport, which I guess it's cool, but I don't know.
But
if they had like an actual program, a tier system, or whatever it was, like they had the shorts or whatever. They're like, if you can do 20-something pull-ups, then you get the blue shorts. And if you have blue shorts on, then you're like a cool guy or whatever. Yeah. Like they gotta do something like that, because kids care about that.
Yeah. No, I think we're gonna pay for it later as a country. Yeah. If we're not careful, especially with the AI and technology and how easy everything is and how accessible just fast food is on every corner now. And like you said, like the competition, kids get like very nervous in high school now. Yeah. And I think, like you were saying, all that training starts when you're young, and seeing your parents do it, or seeing your parents don't have to be Olympic athlete, but just having a treadmill, a little simple workout in the garage,
having an environment for your kids to just be around, and
some push-up and pull-up stuff in the garage, or there's so many of these places like Docs where like these private gyms, because I get kind of bummed out. I can't take my kids to the gym until they're like 13. Right. That's a corporate, Right. But I think that a lot of these private gyms, like you see them, like they're making times now, like even in jiu-jitsu schools, like they're getting smart about having the kids program within 20-30 minutes of the adult one starting. Right. That way they can both get their workout in. They can both train. The kids get to see them train, and they get to see their kids train. They're smart. A lot of these like karate schools are very good at making it a family environment now, and that's because I really think we're going to pay for it. Like, I'm not worried about my kids. My kids are super competitive, but the only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to burn them out. Right. They're still kids. Like, I'm not putting them.
That's the key. That's the key. Yeah. Just keep it fun.
Yeah. Because some kids I see, they're like 6, 7, 8 years old, and they're in like these full-time private sports programs, and they like all like their whole summer, and like some of my friends are like, are you going to sign your kids up for this? And I'm like, well, how often is the practice? They're like, oh, it's Monday through Friday. I'm like, no, we're gone for the summer. He's got so much time to be in a fly.
Well, he can do stuff on the beach. Like, bro, go hit some lunges on the beach. Like, we'll train, you know, in the hotel room or something or whatever.
Well, I think that's why me and Raven aren't worried about it, because even when we do travel, we find time to go do stuff. Or like, I'll sit on the beach with the kids or hang out. Raven's like, I'm going to go on a run. I'll be back in 30 minutes. And, and then we'll go pick up lunch, and then I'll work out. That like we're used to working out and training.
That's a reason why I want to work with the dads, is because if they don't have that background, or they don't have the, like, that's not even in their mind space, then that's, you know, life is just going to happen. You know, they're not going to have that initiative to work out, or have their families like jump in on a workout, or be that motivation for their son,
or even know where to start. It's like, you can go to the park right now with some dip rings and get in a great workout.
But if you have that knowledge, and you're like, hey, this will lead to this, or this exercise will lead to this, or hey, this is a good activity we can do as a family where everyone can get some sort of health benefit from it, like going on a hike or something like that. I don't know. But if we just default to, oh, let's just go get dinner and watch a movie and get a couple drinks.
What are you
going to do on vacation, bro?
You said, though, that's what your kids will know.
That's all they're going to know.
Yeah.
And so,
like, when we go out of town, like, our kids hunt for parks. Like, they're always looking for parks. Yeah, you know, that's good. Like, we literally have, like, bags that we take with us that have all of our soccer balls, volleyballs, a dodgeball, like baseball. Like, we keep everything with us. We literally have another bag that has like all the, like, even Kira loves doing the little jump lunges over like the little speed training stuff. And we just always, it's like, I'll create my own little Olympics right here. Like we literally do it in the front yard with the whole neighborhood.
That's tight.
Like, you know, with the little cheap Big Five, you go on Amazon, they have like little sports training kits that you just throw in a bag. And they have the little parachute you put on the kids, and they try to keep it in the air, so they run as fast as they can. It's like,
fun, bro.
You just got to get creative with it. You know, but like you said, if you don't even have like that sports background, because I was a trainer for like 5-6 years too, so like you got to get creative. When it rains and you got to go indoors, like you just start putting stuff out, like you got to get creative. But yeah, man. So where can wow, stuttering over here.
Where can
everyone find you at? Or you're, because I know you have YouTube.
Yes.
You're on Instagram. Are you on any other platforms? Are they all like the same name? Or where can you find you?
Just look up. I mean, my Instagram. I had 30K on Instagram, but it got disabled because Instagram.
What?
So.
Dang, did you just say the wrong word or something?
No, it's just like a glitch or something. I don't know. Like, it happened to multiple of my friends. So that's why I have two phones.
Damn.
So I had my Instagram on here. It got disabled. The IP banned me. So any account I try to make on this phone, it got disabled instantly within 2 weeks. So I made a separate Instagram. Had to get a new phone with a new number and new service or whatever. And so I have it on this phone. But you can find me at valeriote.mark. That's VALERIOTE.MARK.
And then what's the YouTube? Because I'll put the links down below.
YouTube's just Mark Valeriote.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you guys are interested in training, you could text me at 559-977-3478, and we get you guys started. So
and we're here in the Central Valley. So if you're anywhere within Fresno, California, we live in the amazing Central Valley. Which actually isn't bad, because we got like so many cities next to us. So.
We do. We're like 2 or 3 hour drive away from anywhere.
We're smack dab in the middle of California. But
bro. So
man. Well, thanks for coming on, bro. We'll have you on.
Thanks for having me, bro.
We'll do an update pretty soon on the next Beast Games or the Ninja Warrior. Keep us up to date on that.
Yeah, whatever next show I'll go on or whatever. So
take that 100K next time.
Yeah, I know.
Take that 100K.
I need it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on, brother. I appreciate it, man.
You, bro.
All right, you guys. Make sure you guys go follow Mark, and we'll see you on the next one.
Let's go.
Look at those arms, dude. It's impressive.
Thank you, bro.